So we're 10th level. Everyone leveled. That's good. And before we get started, we will mention our sponsor here. Our sponsor is CanadianDice.ca. And go over to the shop at the website, CanadianDice.ca. Buy all your dice and gaming paraphernalia, and then use the code OMRD for 15% off your entire order. OMRD, Old Men Rolling Dice, OMRD. So last time we had a pretty eventful session. The party returned across the desert of Har'Akir back to Kelmarain and have learned that basically Ankhtepot is unable to push or control undead west of the river, which now flows from Neb's Vein, which you guys opened up, through the entire domain down to the Muhar Oasis, and then on past the Muhar Oasis. So, you know, you've kind of done a good thing in the waters there. Fortunately, Kelmarain is on the protected side of the river. Muhar, not so fortunate. Muhar now lies sort of in ruin, and when Afi did her, when Shazzy did her sort of sense the primordial senses, there was a lot of undead there.
Everything is awful. It's awful. There's a lot. It's a lot. I don't like it at all.
So I don't approve.
Do not approve.
You have collected 2 of the 3 pieces of Anktepot's Caw. 1 piece remains. You know where it is. It's in a place called the Bent Pyramid, which is a pyramid that starts out very steep and then sort of shallows out for the top half. You also know that in order to retrieve the final piece that's at the Bent Pyramid, you need the people of Muhar to sing. Yeah, I think trapezoid is the right word, Cedar. I don't know, to be honest with you, though. I know that there's a Bent Pyramid in real life in Egypt. If you search Bent Pyramid, there is one in Egypt. So yeah, it's trapezoidal. I don't know. So the people of Har'Akir have always been akin and very influenced by their hymns, their music, and to unlock the final piece at the Bent Pyramid, it would require the people of Muhar to sing in unison the song that foretells the return of what you believe to be Alma. And that will somehow unlock the final piece for you. The problem with that being, of course, that the Bent Pyramid is on the, to quote a great movie, it's on the wrong side of the river. So
curse you, Penny. Curse you.
So you've returned back to Kelmarain. What's left of the people of Muhar have retreated here and sort of bolstered the numbers here in Kelmarain. Ratka, the leader of the Vistani, is located here, as well as the Vistani cell that had been helping you in Muhar. Alma is with you. Volus, the priest from Kelmarain, sort of leads up the Kelmarain locals, but they very happily took in the people of Muhar and have been, and things have been sort of tenuous here, but at the same time, there haven't been any attacks since the waters returned to the river. So what would the 5 of you like to do? This is home. It's not where home usually is situated, but it does, like, you have a house here. There's a good number of people here that you know and recognize. Yeah. What's the plan?
I'm going to take a level of exhaustion for today because I grew 8 inches overnight. I have horrible growth pains.
I like the idea that you're walking a little bow-legged.
Yeah. I went from 4'2" to 4'10". It's crazy.
And next week you'll be playing in the NBA.
That's right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go shopping for new clothes because nothing fits.
Okay. Your armor needs to be adjusted, the whole shebang.
Well, it's magical, so I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It adjusts.
Yeah.
There's no binding in the crotch or the armpits.
Maybe I should give it a wash while I have it off.
I mean, I don't want you to break character, but you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So?
Well, that's my day.
Okay.
So the people of Muhar that survived are now in Calamarain, right?
Yes, they're in Calmarine. That's correct.
So that we have people from Muhar that could technically sing for us if we needed them to.
Correct.
Perfect. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that was cool.
So Muhar, I believe the population of Muhar at the time of the attack, let me get that. I think I have that here. It's somewhere in numbers of a few thousand families. And they're down to about 25% of that population. Yeah, with the population was about 3,000. So right now they're sitting just below 1,000 people.
Did the priestess survive?
The high priestess Isu Rekotep is not here amongst the people. So it is assumed, it's not assumed that she's dead, but
yeah, I would ask Radka.
She did not come here. Yeah, he does not know her fate, unfortunately, he tells you.
Okay.
When the battle started to go against their favor and retreat seemed the only answer, he did not really, that was not someone he was like, is she okay? He sort of kept track of his own, and yeah, so he apologizes, but he does not know where the priestess is.
Do you see anything? Did you see anything else that didn't make sense during the battle, or things that, besides the horde of undead, I get that were out of place?
And he pauses for a moment and thinks about that. I don't think anything was out of place. I mean, it was very chaotic. Is there something specific you're wondering about?
There's just something that isn't sitting right with me. Why Ankhtepot would be trying to stop us, if this is what he wants. Why he's trying so hard. It makes me wonder if something else is in play that we just aren't seeing. That's all. I want to know for sure before we go to this last pyramid and get even more people killed.
He thinks about that, and he says the river is also a curious note because
that was me. Sorry, but not sorry.
No, he says the river is a curious note because even though the river, you know, we understand that you're responsible for its return, and that's really a boon to the lands of Har'Akir. It's perplexing as to why Ankhtepot can't push his control over the river.
Turns out he's actually a vampire.
Close your door. Don't let him in. Everything will be fine.
Seriously, it's fine.
Could you imagine being a vampire in a land of burning
nothing
hot
but sun?
sun-drenched deserts.
Not just a vampire mummy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just,
I'm sorry.
just totally fucked on all angles.
So on top of everything else, he's slow. Oh, that used to be terrible.
I don't know. What do you think, Shazzy? Something doesn't add up here. This side of the river, I think, is because of Ra, but
I would agree with that.
something about that attack doesn't make sense.
On Muhar, you mean?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
If we're doing what he wants and the people of Muhar are required for that, why would he try to stop us so hard? It doesn't make sense. We're missing something.
I don't think we're missing much. Because there's the two factions too, right? That we're not taking into consideration. Ankhtepot and his bullshit. And then there's the other group that's like, we're gonna take over after Ankhtepot's killed, and we're just as terrible. So, like,
One of his children, you mean?
yeah. So there's that, but I think there's also something to be said for a prideful individual that sticks his heels in until it's his plan. Know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just worried that we're bringing more people to their deaths by doing this. But I don't see any other options at this point. But if the stories are true, he can call them back at any point. So
Call who back?
the people of this land, they don't die.
Oh,
I mean, they die, but they don't really die. They don't move on. They stay here
yeah.
for him to call back at any point. Which is really fucked up if you think about it.
As someone who's been dead before, yes. There's that too. Like, it wasn't Ankhtepot that brought me back. I don't know. I think we're fucked regardless of what we do.
So why don't we just get Galhank to rally the people, and then we'll head on over to the pyramid.
The problem with that is that there's about 2,000 zombies under the sand between us and...
But they cannot cross the river, yes?
Yeah, but
No,
we
but
have
where
to.
we have to go is on the far side.
Hear me out, my friends. Hear me out. Perhaps
Never good
we
when
just
somebody says that.
perhaps we bring them to the river's edge and they sing their song of life and liberty or whatever
We
they
are
sing.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're going to sing loud enough to be heard 35 miles away.
It's the desert. You don't have sound carries, right? Perhaps they can do that, and maybe
Oh, sorry.
with
no,
their
it's
maybe
like
with
18.
their singing of life or whatever, if we bring them to Muhar, like, to the river as close to Muhar as we can get them, perhaps their song of life or whatever and liberty.
Well, it's not
may have
Muhar we're going to. It's the Bent Pyramid, which is
I
18.
understand that, I understand that. But the legend says that the people of Muhar must sing this song to release the temple.
At
But the people
the
of
pyramid,
Muhar,
not
Yeah.
from Muhar.
Yeah,
But they-
just a clarification on that note. Alma's vision, she saw the people of Muhar gathered around
Yeah.
the bent pyramid singing.
what I'm trying to say is that we get into the
No, I hear what
get
you're
them close
saying.
to Muhar first, and they sing, that might change the dead effect on them or convert them to their side because they'll hear their song or whatever the song
Aren't
is
all
supposed
the
to be.
people of Muhar basically all dead? You think they'd settle for the people of Kelmarine?
I'm just thinking it'd be like the Pied Piper effect. That's what I'm just suggesting.
I don't think that's a thing. I don't think singing is going to slay a bunch of zombies.
You never know.
Dude,
I mean, if you
I'm
want to
just-
try it, that's
I'm just suggesting. I am just suggesting.
that's
Can you
10
take
miles back
me?
to the good side of Mahar.
You're
on
not
our
singing
side.
Creed. That's not the saving grace here.
You don't think Creed would do it?
With arms
I don't
wide
know. I don't
open.
think so.
And then 15
Who's the
miles,
pop though?
18 miles to the Bent Pyramid. So we would,
You can be there in a day.
yeah. But if we were to go to Mahar and somehow this Pied Piper nonsense worked, we would have to sing for another 15 miles to make sure that they stay good little zombies. And that's assuming zombies can sing. Because last time I checked, they don't sing.
I just feel like
can
we're
totally
missing
see
something.
you, like,
That's all.
singing Creed.
With arms wide open. Under
I mean,
Um,
the other option we have is we cross the river and we tell Sebnet to come fight us himself.
Well, we do have a Gelhang. That's a very possible plan.
the thing is, is it all undead that can't cross the river?
The Phoenix told you that undead creatures would not be, cannot cross the river.
Okay.
And that came from the Phoenix.
I think it's just we're gonna have to take the Maharians that we have. You were left. And it's gonna have to be playing around Mahar. We can't the wall, hazy, angry wall that we can't go through. We might have to skirt that.
Fair enough,
Yeah,
my
if we
friend.
stay close enough to the shore, we should be alright. But
The shore?
yeah, like of the riverbank, and we follow. Like, are you talking about going around the north side?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we stay close enough to the river until we have to cut over, that should keep us away from the heat haze.
I'm not worried about the heat haze because we got a little bit of wiggle room between the river and the heat haze. Would have to likely be.
Yeah, the first 8 miles of the trip, you can stay relatively close to the river and the Muhar Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then,
That'll leave them with water at
after 8
least.
miles, then you have to push out into the desert itself.
Yeah. My concern, though, is we weren't near Muhar when we got attacked and you died.
Yeah,
We were in the middle of the desert.
I
That's
know.
my concern.
I was there.
We were all
Actually,
there,
when you guys first stepped into Har'Akir, you came in on the northern border very close to the Bent Pyramid.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that. But
Yeah, I'm not having any PTSD flashbacks or nothing. No, it's totally
no, I
fine.
can't imagine that you are.
No, everything's fine.
Okay, here's a kind of crazy idea that may or may not work. I can send Ankhtepot a message if you think that'll help in any way.
Tell him to stop being a bag.
Or ask him who it is that's doing it so we know what we're looking for.
And tell him to stop being a douchebag.
The mummy, I don't know that that's gonna happen, but I can try. The words are kind of limited in the spell, though.
Hey, who's doing the thing? Yes, you're a douchebag. You still got 15 after that.
Not all quite as eloquent as you, Shazzy.
I'm the most eloquent.
Okay, so is that what we're doing? We're sending a message to Ankhtepot?
Yeah, just ask him, do you want us to get this car or not?
Yeah.
Want to be
Okay.
free or do you want to be a douchebag?
I cast sending.
No, even
Okay,
better.
cool.
Call him a dusty tampon.
Cool. You cast sending, and what are we saying to the Dark Lord of Har'Akir?
Surely nothing that will have more effects on it.
I am very excited to hear this.
Sorry, Cedar.
Okay. It's Smudge. We have the first two. We're going for the third. Is this what you truly want? Are you the one trying to stop us? If not you, then who?
And he can reply with 25 words. Is that
Yep.
how it works as well?
I can do this more than once if I have to, but I'd rather not. Damn it, Bree.
Ah!
Let's see here. You're not the only one that powers work against. There are usurpers in my court.
No shit, we knew that.
This is a very valuable commodity.
You pooping.
My enemies are your enemies.
You pooping.
2 more?
Yeah, you got 2 more.
Fuck you. No.
Dusty
I think
tampon.
I think it just ends at that.
I relay that to everybody.
Thanks,
Edith,
Tips.
that was maddeningly unhelpful.
Like, yeah, no shit. That wasn't a, yes, please release my car. What a twat.
Either way, we're going to have a fight ahead of us.
Well,
It's okay, my friends. That's why we brought the girl, Hank. Yes. Yeah.
I'm only one woman.
So,
But what a woman you are, my dear. Yes. Show the gun show.
it was Senmet, Zebnet, or Send Nudes?
I don't know. There's 2 of them that have names that are really close to each other, and I get them backwards.
Which
I
one?
think Sebnet is like the person who worked for us, and Senmet is the dude who's being a twat.
Sebnet Gleaming Glass is the gnome.
Yes.
And
Okay, so
Senmet.
Senmet is the one that killed you.
Senmet is the mummy
Senmet
that
is-
originally approached Shazzy and said, like,
Yeah.
Basically, he wanted you to find the car for him, not for Ankhtepot.
Or is it the same person? They're just not very creative with names.
It's totally the same person, and our gnome was an idiot.
Hmm. I'm still waiting to find out what kind of witch she was.
You're like a dust hag. Hag.
Sand hag. Yeah.
I'm going to
snag.
say that. I'm going to say that. Hold on one second. Let me check something here.
The other thing I can do is message Never. That might help anything. But she's in her temple, so I don't know that she can help us any more than she already has.
You receive a sending back.
Oh balls. Okay. You just see Smudge just like
And
poof up.
Ankhtepot says to you, you and the Chosen are hidden from me. In order for me to give you any assistance, I will need to know your location. Where are you? Where are you? That's where it ends.
Asking if they're pooping.
That. Where are you pooping?
I relay that to Shazzy and everybody. Trying to get my fur to lay back down where it belongs.
So you guys already knew that he was unable to sense the location of Alma. That's part of the curse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did say, "Where are you?" Not where is Alma.
Which implies that perhaps
Can't
he
sense this side
can't
of the
sense
river.
you either.
Because I'm shiny. And I died and then was not dead.
The sun's out, right?
Yes, it's daytime right now.
Do you guys think these pants are too short?
I think
Bingo, what the hell?
they're a
Roll
little
a
tight in the general
Roll a d20,
region.
Bingo. Just give me a random d20 roll.
Like, I
how's that
feel any
Smudge is definitely the smallest one now. Like, she's only 4 feet.
any
I don't
inclination
need any
you had
bonuses
for
on it.
children, like, I think it's gonna go if you don't change your
Well,
pants
Yeah.
soon.
Bingo looks like a kid squeezed into clothing that he outgrew last summer. Like, there's.
But if we're gonna cross the river, I don't have to worry about my pants getting wet.
No,
Literally, my
but
friend,
have
we
you
have
ever heard of a
sweatpants.
moose knuckle?
That's cool.
Oh, is it split right up the middle?
More like just
Well,
one big.
Good thing we're in a desert to go with that camel toe, yes.
Yes. The maturity we've come to love here.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the tailor. I'll be back in a minute.
I shall go with you, my little friend. I need to back up for some supplies.
Yeah,
And
you need a
Bobby's
new
gonna go out-
parasol.
Tell him.
Yeah, I already have my parasol, my little head all wrapped up, and I'm off to get shawarma. And as he leaves, he goes, I hear that there's this garlic butter sauce to die for. I will get some for all of you, my friends.
Oh,
What was the
good.
name of the place again that I'm supposed to go to? That place you were-
Shelby's.
I shall be at the Shelby's, yes. And with that, he kind of saunters out, opens the parasol, you hear him cursing the sun as he walks out.
I have the darklord on hold right now. What do you want me to say to him?
I'm thinking. Look, garlic sauce is important. It requires full focus.
Pass
I'll take
that
the spice.
along?
Why did we give him the stabby and we go? Why we make a plan? I know not.
We need something to throw out the window when we show up.
Our plan's going. If we've learned anything, my dear, is that our plans always go for crap. Let's just focus
Exactly.
on what we're good
So
at.
if
We
we
will just
plan
show up.
ahead, then we don't
We
have
will
to
give
throw
him the
you out the
stabby,
window.
and then we will call it the day. Victory
Let's
will be
just throw him out
ours.
the window anyway. He was supposed to
Okay.
be getting garlic sauce, and he's still here.
He's gone. He's gone to get the
He's gone.
shawarma.
He's out to get the shawarma.
Okay.
Well, stop
What am I
talking.
saying?
My contribution to the team.
Shut up. um,
Tell
sorry,
him where
can't
we
talk right
are?
now. Going through a tunnel.
No.
Worth a shot. If you want to help us, meet Shazzy north of Kilmer, side of the river.
Okay. Anything else? Also, she says garlic butter is really important and takes
Garlic sauce, not garlic. I mean,
Sorry,
garlic butter's
garlic sauce.
good, but garlic sauce, that's the shit.
Okay. So you tell him to meet you north of the river, north of
Yeah,
Kilmarine.
and I do say the thing about garlic sauce
Okay.
because it's funny and Smudge is,
All right.
terrified.
All right.
It like tonight.
Yeah. So let's just jump ahead to that. So as the day grows on, a great sandstorm erupts. But only on, like, the river actually works like a wall that the storm doesn't seem to be able to cross. So it wraps over Muhar across the oasis where it can, and then comes to settle. This storm is raging on the far bank. Sandstorm.
Make sure to pray to Ra before the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Is it just on the bank? It doesn't go to the water at all?
Well, I mean, some of it probably blows into the water. I don't think it's like such a hard cut line of, such a
Yeah.
hard cut barrier, but it certainly doesn't cross the river.
Okay.
So do you get ferried across? Oh, I guess you fly across.
Mm-hmm. I don't fly
Okay.
all the way across.
All right.
How wide is the river?
It's large, like 120 feet across.
I dimension door across.
God, Smudge, I can literally be in the middle of the river and not at risk of the zombies. Why are you like this? I could also pick you up and carry you across.
You get across and Smudge is just waiting for you there.
I'm not going
Is
across.
anyone else crossing the river?
I was going halfway.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I was in town getting new pants. But,
Yeah, you're
And I
you're
don't
all
trust
you're
you.
all kitted up. The alterations are finally made.
This look better?
Everybody's got a full tummy of shawarma from dinner.
Bobby's brought some
garlic sauce.
shawarma to go with the garlic sauce.
The
You didn't
people of Kelmarine at least are happy that their champion Gelhank has returned.
Enough
everything-
garlic sauce that it's like
Everything
coming out your
seems pretty
pores.
okay. And then
If he's a vampire, we're good.
Shazzy and Shazzy and Smudge sat down on the far side of the river.
I don't... No!
Fine. You go to the middle of the river and I dimension door on your back.
Why would... I can just...
So
Look
you're
behind.
Is
You're in... Don't move.
Are we awkwardly flying with someone on your back?
Because you're in between the wings right now. And you're making it real difficult. I could have just picked you up and carried you, but no, you had to be a dramatic bitch about it.
Yeah, you don't
Left
think
me
you're gonna-
behind.
I think even with her weight, you're not going to be able to hover out over the river. You're going to have to land.
God damn it, Smudge.
I didn't let you go by yourself.
I wasn't going. I was gonna hover right here. But now I gotta go somewhere because your fat ass is on my back.
So as you're bitching and complaining at one another and come to land along the bank, 3 shapes come out of the sandstorm. 2 vulture-like sphinxes. And
I turned you into a bug once and I'll do it again.
a
Shut up. Shut up.
a mummy with black tattered robes, but very ornate, golden jewelry ordaining him. And
Bobby leans over to Gelhank and goes, "Does anybody have a cat?"
he says, where is the last piece that you need to acquire?
Bent pyramid.
The bent pyramid. And he ponders that. The 2 sphinx sit to either side of him, almost like obedient dogs.
See what they're doing? You should be doing that. Shut your mouth.
Not a dog.
I know you're a skunk. It's fine.
He looks at Smudge and says, You've been to the Lost Crescent. I can see his mark on you. Do not place faith in such proud deities.
Don't place faith in much of anything that isn't my friends. Gods are cruel and they interfere when they shouldn't.
Some of my children work against me.
Yeah? That's not really.
When will you leave for the Bent Pyramid?
In the morning, probably.
I will use what control I have left in an attempt to hold back the dead from you.
Don't they answer to you? You're the darklord.
And you unlock things that were supposed to remain locked. He looks specifically at Smudge for that.
You brought my entire town here. What did you want me to do?
I did not bring your town here.
Well, one of your
my
kids
children brought your town here. Rightly so. As I understand, the one that contains what's left of my cause there. I will not be able to hold my children back. Only their minions.
How many of your children are we talking?
3 work against me.
God, put a glove on it, man.
Sinmit is one, but who's the others?
Of
Send
course you
bet.
fucking asked.
Send
Of course you fucking asked me that. Just a moment. Please stand by.
You have been gaming with me for 2.5 years now. You know I'm a lore whore. I don't know why this is a surprise to you. Of course I'm going to ask.
Yeah, I have that somewhere here. Hold on a moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
So
Not a
next
skunk.
time, do not fucking dimension door onto my back while I'm fucking flying.
Don't leave me behind then.
I wasn't gonna, but you gave me like no chance to scout ahead, which is kind of part of my job.
Okay, that's fair. But still, don't leave me behind.
Good fucking gods.
Okay, well, I thought I had a note here on it and it's eluding me, but he tells you who they are.
Okay.
There's 3 children. 2. Senmet is the ringleader, and the other 2,
Are following their siblings.
well, they commit their power to him.
Okay. So we're going to have to take him out. Of all of your children, who is the one that could take over since you won't be here? I'll not doom all these people to a fate that is worse than death. We don't need to be here. We can turn around and go home.
Things will be put back as to how they were when my prison no longer holds me.
Have you ever like woken up in the morning and your pants don't fit?
When did you get here?
I'm having a weird day. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
This is just your conversation on the
No,
other
I
side
like
of
that
the
you're
room.
having this conversation maybe in the tavern over in Kelmarine, and
they're like leftover shawarma. They're just like
there's
They're just,
villagers
like,
sitting around just like nodding, like, yeah,
licking
bingo.
the
We know,
like the bottom of the clay
we know how
pots of
that
the garlic
feels.
sauce.
I had like a 1 day, like 10-year growth spurt overnight. It- my calves are burning.
So he tells you that, you know, when he's no longer within his prison will return to where it was.
okay. You know that we might try this and still fail.
No. You will not fail.
Are you sure? Because we fail a fucking lot. Like a lot. We kind of suck.
I don't know that I'll go that far, but
I chose to meet with you because you made a pact with me some time ago. And then you managed to somehow circumvent my pact.
there's always a loophole in magic.
Also,
Always.
your pact kind of sucked.
We'll do what we can, but
We just want to go home.
As do I.
Yeah, we get it.
don't. Never mind. We'll do what we can.
I will work against my children's control of the undead hordes that lay beneath the sand between here and the Bent Pyramid. You need to do whatever is required of you there. And then bring the woman and my caw to me.
What becomes of her after all this?
Her? There is no her. She is me. That is my soul she has. I take back what's mine.
Just kind of looks up at Chazzy.
Hey, I'm not a leader.
The girl
we
would not
can.
even be in existence if it wasn't for me. Our paths are linked. She is me. And his posture changes. He's very sort of, I mean, I don't know that you feel this way about him, but he's at least putting on a face of being ominous and foreboding and not budging on this point.
So you'd say she's your feminine side.
Whatever you need it to be.
I don't give a fuck. I just want to go home.
Then bring her to me with my caw
But see,
intact.
Where do we
problem-
bring her?
And the problem with that, before you answer, you can't cross the river and none of your kids can. We could just stay there, live our lives, laughing at the other side of the river.
Give me one sec. I have existed for millennia this way.
It shows.
What
Your
did you do?
Futile little lives will
Because
come
it's smaller
will
than
come
yours
to
doesn't make it.
will come to an end,
Mm-hmm.
and someone else will try to take up where you left off.
But I'll be dead, so I don't give a fuck. The only one that's probably going to be alive long enough to see that is Bobby or Bingo. The rest of us are going to be dead.
Bingo's just waving from the other side of the river with shawarma.
Are you calling my bluff?
A
I'll be
little
alive
bit.
forever.
Yeah, I am. I'm also wondering, you can't see your call. You can't see Alma. You can't see us. So, are you even in control anymore?
You're not the first people to have attempted this.
Yeah, whatever.
I
I
will
don't
give
give
you.
a
I
fuck
will
about
give you that you've progressed much further than anyone else. And the god Ra, I pushed from these lands once before. I can do it again. You may have opened a sliver for him to come back in. He won't be here forever. That river will not run forever. The only thing in Har'Akir that is forever is me.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are done here, then I will let you go back to your village and rot.
Okay, bye. Like, pick up Smudge and go.
No.
Yep, we're going.
We'll do what we can.
Bye.
Do you leave?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that was fruitless. Basically gonna try to not let the zombies out. But he has limited control over them. Because his asshole kids are treating their dad like an asshole.
We have
But-
to try, Shazzy.
Let me fucking finish.
You awkwardly make it across the river. Flap, 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 flap.
Oh, I thought this was after we landed. Because I was
No, so
downloading to everyone
can
else.
we say everyone's back together? So if anybody wants to input, they can.
Yeah, we go back to get some
Cool.
leftover shawarma.
Yes.
Garlic salt. Guys, lick the bowls.
And as soon, even once you've put down on the other side of the river, and moved back to your friends, the storm across in the north has already begun to dissipate.
Well,
He's a kind of dramatic ass bitch, isn't he?
that's what I've been saying this whole goddamn time.
No, but the sandstorm is a little overkill.
Like I said, dusty tampon. Anyway. He doesn't have control. Not full control, anyway. Try to keep the zombies under the sand. But he can't guarantee it, and he cannot stop his kids. Just doesn't have the backpack leashes on. So, we can try. Or we can just live our lives here. Fuck all.
We can't do that.
The only problem with that, other than Smudge's moral compass, is Bingo and Bobby, you'll probably live beyond us. Unless I kill Bobby first. And you'll have to deal with it later.
It's my 20th birthday next week.
Yeah, you're gonna have like 600 years of bullshit.
Oh. How long do half orcs live?
Not that long.
That's a you problem
muted,
down
Jerry.
the line.
Jeremy, you're muted.
I think half orcs have a less life expectancy than.
Yeah, they're like
Oh,
60
yeah.
to 70.
humans, and Bingo would only be a little bit longer than a human. It's
Bobby, that'll live.
Bobby
Bobby
that
that'll
will be
live,
here a
yeah.
very long time.
Unless we kill him first. There's that. Halflings are
Or the
wolves.
It's a family death pact at that point.
Or the sun takes them. You know, one or the other.
Yeah. So, up to y'all what you want to do. I know where
Our
you
house-
stand, Smudge. You don't gotta say it again.
The Bent Pyramid is less than what? A night's walk? Let us go with these people from Calamarain and Muhar. We shall make them do the song, and we shall put this to a rest, yes? Besides, I have shawarma for everyone. Let us go.
We have to go during the day, Bobby. It's not safe at night.
Damn you and your little mouth.
The other thing is, it ain't over once we get the last piece of the call.
That's when it gets really dangerous.
That is when all pieces are together. It becomes high profile, all three kids, and Ankhtepot. Presumably, other factions. Hooray.
If we take out Senmet, though, maybe the other two go away.
If he's the ringleader, it's possible. You killed my brother, I'm gonna kill you now.
No, my dear. They sound much like the drow back home. You just get the three children to fight with the father, and have all four of them try to kill themselves. Whichever one makes it off the top, we kill that individual.
The
Dust our
problem is
hands.
we
It's all
don't-
over with.
We don't know what's going to happen when he gets his soul back.
I mean, we can
That's
only go by
the
what he
issue.
says. He says he'll be able to die. Presumably, he becomes mortal, and then we kill him. Because I want that to happen very badly. And then everything goes back to how it was before. Became internally prisonized in.
I'd really like a word with the god who came up with this nonsense. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
No idea.
Ain't mine, so I don't know. Anyway, when all the pieces are together, got Alma, we have to figure out what we do at that point. Because Ankhtepot will likely to kill Alma to reconstitute his soul or whatever, absorb her in some way. Or she'd be inside. I don't know.
Alma is here with us. Yeah, is she in the bar with us?
Yeah, she's listening.
Okay. I go over to Alma. And okay, this is gonna sound like a weird question, but can I examine you, please?
For what?
X.
I want to see.
You want to
And
see what?
fleas.
I want to see if it's only one soul in there. See if I can sense it somehow.
I already checked out her feet. They're fine.
Don't ever change, Bingo. Don't
I
ever change.
will take your word on that, Bingo.
A little wrinkly.
So what do you want to do?
Okay. I don't know.
Like, were you going to
Chris,
cast
you got a
spell,
little
or-
bit of holy power in you. Maybe you can help me with this.
What are you talking
But-
about? I don't know what you're talking about. I've never admitted to being a cleric. Ever.
Oh, okay.
I've never admitted to that.
As far as y'all know, I'm a ranger that's just got some weird shit going on.
Okay. I feel like this is probably not going to work, but can I cast like detect magic on Alma and see and like hold like focus on the power that I know I get from Ra and try to like focus on her and see if she's two souls in one body or if it's just his soul that got stuck in a husk.
I think that's a little bit beyond detect magic. I'm not saying I'm not willing to like bend the rules a bit on a spell, but I don't think detect magic.
I know, I
is
just don't have anything else that'll work for that.
I don't think detect magic has enough juice for that.
I used locate object.
No.
Locate Alma's soul.
Alma says, what's troubling you?
Just something he said about your fates being tied together. If you are him, are you also you?
I'm not sure.
What do you feel here?
We've known the outcome of this for a very long time.
I know, but I don't want you to go to your death if you don't have to.
My town is here. Before leaving, I would have called them my people, but the people of Kelmarine are here. And if my death gets them home, I have had to come to grips with that since coming here to Har'Akir. I have seen the location of all the pieces, and I have also seen my own death. I don't want to die, but I'm more than willing to make that sacrifice for everyone here. And she sort of motions around if you're gathered in the battle market, like all the people that are gathered there.
My sacrifice.
Sing it!
This
This is what we've
the
been
Creed
working for.
episode.
This is what we've been working for all along, Smudge. Far better to die this way than under Bobby's knives. And she smiles.
You best make arrangements tonight then, just in case. We need to leave at first light. I'm going to go to bed. And I go back to our house for like the first time in however long it's been since we've been gone.
Yeah. No. So the part
Are the freaking monkeys still
you
there?
would have spent last night there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why are we trying to make plans? We never make plans, and when we do, it doesn't work anyways. We just like
Again, so we have something to throw out the window. That's not Bobby.
we'll just fly by the seat of our pants like we always do, and it always works out.
You died. Shazzy died. I died.
I don't recall that.
Trying to avoid that.
Gelhank was cursed. Don't forget that. Like
You were cursed.
Thrice. I was
Right,
cursed.
but look, here we are, and we're rich.
We are.
Yeah, I saw the inventory of that bag.
Freaking.
What are you talking about?
Well, don't share the PDF if you don't want me to know how much money
I'm
we
just kidding.
have.
You're very well off, yeah.
If he says he's gonna keep the zombies at bay, Let's just.
I think he said at the end he would not do that. He told you to go back to your town and rot.
Well, I didn't hear
So
that part.
nothing's being kept at bay any longer. You're on your own.
I mean, that can be fixed with a conversation.
I think maybe we sent the wrong messengers, but okay.
Sorry for calling you a dusty tampon. Can we have the zombies under control? We're going to the bent pyramid and we'll get you your call.
Well, why don't you contact him? Maybe make a little apology,
I can't.
and then we'll get Gel. Okay, well, you know what I mean. Then we'll get Gelhank to rally the people, and off we go in the morning.
I'm whittling a bed because I didn't have one. Mine, I'm pretty sure, exploded before we left town like 7 months ago.
Oh, shit. I need to go see if my mom was under the bed.
What a fucking line. Oh shit.
I just need to know when we're going so I can get the shawarma back.
Yeah,
and how
if
many
you're
people
leaving in
are
the
coming
morning,
with
I
us.
would love to know what is Gelhank addressing the people of Muhar?
Flabby supplies are just shawarma.
Yes.
It's like
Is
the
your
whole
charisma
thing.
score-
Like the whole.
The whole
Like
backpack.
spinning.
He's got like a
just shawarma.
backpack, a little like I picture this like those little hobo
It's
sticks,
got, like-
a little bag.
But it's got like
Just
mirrors
full of
on the
shawarma.
inside, so it cooks the spinning
Yeah,
meat
sure.
thing. Yeah.
I just picture like he's gone and got like 100 of those like little burrito shawarma things all wrapped and ready to go, and
Yes.
just a stuffed bag.
You got a big picnic basket.
We got
Way
like
to go,
extra
Like-
supplies to make extra garlic
Whatever the
sauce.
dungeon, whatever the medieval thing would have been to equal a like those like it's a Tupperware thing full of the garlic
Yes.
sauce.
Yes.
Whatever that is,
We need like a Rubbermaid container. Just
whatever
the
medieval,
whole ass thing.
like, it's probably like a little ceramic
what?
jar.
Even
as
better?
Dungeons and Dragons.
I'll
right?
dump out the bag of holding, and we'll have 500 pounds of garlic
shawarma.
sauce.
Shawarma.
Shawarma and garlic sauce.
Don't you tease me, woman! Don't you tease me!
It tracks.
Somewhere
Don't
Somewhere
say
in a
it, let's
different
get me in
campaign,
it.
the bagman walks by that particular bubble going, what the fuck?
Okay, so hold on a second. Tie your shit off there. Is Gelhank trying to convince people to go?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell them a harrowing story about how this is all going to wrap up neatly if they just come with us and maybe sing a little bit.
I inspire Gelhank.
We,
Got it.
Some of the people like immediately say to Gelhank, "Aren't the dead on the other side of the river, though? We'll never make it to the broken pyramid, even to the bent pyramid, even if."
tell them you'll arm them and then not totally not take the weapons away when shit goes down.
Fuck you! I left some of them, thank you. I didn't know that we were running away like chickens. I thought we were going to stay and fight.
I love that it was like go around and collect the expensive ones. Yeah, I'm gonna need that back. Okay. So you do your best to try to get the people of Muhar to understand this is it.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
sing the final countdown to them.
Oh, that I was just thinking, like, what song would we maybe put to this? I feel like there's like a musical montage of you going around the town talking to everyone. It's a final countdown.
Everybody's whittling and sharpening all their weapons, and yeah, final countdown's on the back.
Well,
Mudge is
Gelhank,
just in the background playing that on a lute.
Gelhank, give me a persuasion check. We've already had someone say they were casting guidance, so we're gonna add a D4 to this.
And Bardic Inspiration
Oh,
on top of it.
and Bardic Inspiration. I love that the Barbarian has been sent to be the charisma of the group. That's beautiful. That's actually not a bad roll.
Then
Hold on, I can give her advantage if I want.
D4. And then how much does the Bard give?
wait, what level are we now? 10? D8?
D8 or is it a D10? Well, 5's right down the line. 22. 22 is pretty good. So, the people of Muhar a number of people that you speak to, Gelhank, it's almost like they've known all along that this would have to eventually be done. Like there's not, some people are not surprised at all that they're required to go and do something like this. And overall you're pretty convincing. And Ratka goes around as well with you, the leader of the Vistani. And you feel like people are generally on board. They do sort of ask what the alternative is. Like, the river's now
Fiery
basically
death, probably.
What's that?
Fiery death, or I guess
Fiery death.
being gnawed apart by zombies.
Well, if they just stay here in Kelmaraine, they're safe, though, they say.
Can't promise that.
Well,
Okay. So there's a bit of an uneasy agreement drawn out that night that the people of Muhar will go to the Bent Pyramid with you. About 750 people or so.
We're gonna need more shawarma.
You're not touching my shawarma. Get your own whatever people.
Everyone goes to bed. Shazzy was going to look under the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mama? Hello?
we're all standing in the hallway like Scooby-Doo around the corner.
So you're in your room and you look under the bed and you sort of call out for mom, but there's no response.
My bed. It
Yeah, Gelhank's
was
bed.
Hank's.
Yeah, so you go in there and do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Poke your head in Gelhank's room and say, "Mama," to Gelhank. Oh, that's not creepy.
Not you, but also you, but not right now. Later.
There doesn't seem to be any kind of response.
That's fine. Go to bed then.
Okay. Do you want to give me a wisdom save?
Not really. 10 for you.
You have some disconcerting dreams. How can we make this the? Oh yes, I know what we'll do. With partners such as Bobby and other unlikely characters and people in your friendship and groups.
Mom, why'd you have to make it weird?
Your mama succubus?
Maybe. Shut up.
And then finally you're sitting on a very large cushion in a very ornate room of some sort of what feels like a palace, with a
Small halfling.
blue horned tiefling-like creature sitting across from you on the pillow. And I think that's where we'll take our break.
Really, Mom? You had to come in
Really,
with
Mom?
sex dreams? Slack, that was fucking weird.
No, we're not back yet.
Damn it!
No, we were at that point.
Are we?
Yes.
So we're back right now? Are we
Oh.
back now? Can you hear me now?
Every time.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna do it.
Well,
I don't know.
it's nighttime. While you guys are all going to bed, Bobby's gonna go club it in the mean streets of Galarain.
So, Shazzy, your mom says, you've been away for a long time. It's been lonely here.
And you thought welcoming your daughter back with a bunch of sex dreams was a good idea?
This is how I move about now. And you did like it. Some of it.
I could have done without the whole bingo interaction because of the musk. That could have skipped next.
I love him. Him and the big, strong one. Very fun to play with.
I'm sure they are, and now I feel really gross for any indecent thoughts I may have had about you. What? You always like this? No offense, I'm not trying to be.
Do you not like your wings?
Of course I do. I didn't know. Daddy know? Assuming Daddy knew.
He was more of a toy for a very long time. There was a time where I felt something for him.
Other than a tingle in your britches?
Your daddy was always he always entertained me. But far too optimistic.
I was getting dice and I came running across the room to push that button.
I have so many questions. I don't even know where to start.
Have you figured out how to put our town back where it's supposed to be?
Yes and no.
I don't like it here.
Yeah, me neither. Got sand in places that no sand should be in.
And then you went and promised yourself to
I didn't.
another.
I mean, it was either that or being dead. Like,
No. And she points to your holy symbol, which hangs around somewhere. That.
well, I was a little desperate. And the time Jergal just made.
Well. Now you know.
Yeah, now I know. So are you gonna, like, stay under the bed and just be useless, or are you gonna come and help us?
I was trying to engineer something before the town got moved.
Engineering an orgy, Mama, is not helping.
No, child. That's just the icing on the cake, so to speak. Whatever the case is, my plans are on hold until you can return us to where we're supposed to be.
Well, what are your plans exactly? Because as far as I knew, you were dead.
I am sort of dead. Mostly.
Meaning? You don't look like a dusty tampon. You don't look like a vampire.
It's difficult for me to take corporeal shape for any length of time. There are hoops to jump through, hurdles to leap over.
Holes to fuck.
But I was working my way to something better.
And that is...
Well, to be more myself. For all this horrible Horrible tragedy overcame Kelmarine. I promise not to be of any more bother, so long as you and your friends can put us back where we belong.
And what?
I'm not sure what you're asking me.
What's your plan? Like, what are you doing?
Well, my plans are my own business, Shazzy.
Could help you.
I'm not sure you could. You are always more of a dad's girl.
Get much of a choice when your mama dies when you're a kid.
Well, I needed to go away. We'll talk more once Kelmarine has been put back.
Please don't make me have to kill you, Mama.
Dear child.
I will kill you. You hurt my friends. You hurt my town. Nothing, not even death, is gonna.
All right.
And I've got ways to do it now.
Okay. You don't need to get all serious.
Well, when you don't give me nothing worth fighting for, you're nothing.
Well, it's all inconsequential unless we get back, Shazzy. So put us back. Put it back to the way it was.
Maybe I should just leave
and
your
we'll
ass
ta-
here.
And we'll talk again. I don't know that you can.
Try me.
She puts a big pout on. And these characteristics of your mother are not consistent with anything in your memories of her. And then you wake up. You can hear people gathering outside. The numbers growing to cross the river today. There's shouts and hoots and hollering. You can even hear you can even hear a few people calling out Bobby's name, like he's actually made some friends here. Maybe in the drinking halls last night.
Ew.
So what would we like to do?
I want to know what this sexy sax button is on the soundboard.
Hit it.
Yes. Okay.
Come on.
Good to know
Come
that's
on.
there. Good to know
I
that's there.
love
It's
music.
good to know that's there. Okay. So a number of rafts have been built and people are getting ready to cross the river on your direction. People are loading up food and water supplies, and Ratka is sort of like leading the people. At least organizing the people.
I
Leading
think
them.
Gelhank should be leading the people.
Well, if Gelhank steps up, he is more than willing to step down.
Is there any way we get like some camels so we can like Bobby would like to get a camel so he doesn't have to walk in the sand.
There are no camels here.
Mm-hmm.
Shut down.
Was out clubbing all night. My feet are killing me, and you tell me there are no camels. Oh, people kill me.
So Ratka looks to all of you as he sort of gets on his raft. Maybe he looks to Gelhank in this case, and he's like sort of waiting for the let's do this to cross on the rafts.
Watch out for the crocodiles.
Yeah, that's legit, actually.
I'm already flying ahead.
Okay. So the rafts begin to push off, and one by one, they float across. There's a lot of them, and they're going to have to make several trips. So once they land a group on the other side, they go back for more until, you know, this is probably going to be the most time-consuming part of the entire journey, is just getting people across across that 120 feet of river. Once sort of the final rafts approach and land and everyone is there, shapes start to take form along nearby dunes. The dead stand looking down at,
Did you remember to contact that guy?
sort of like in the numbers of twice to maybe even 3 times of how many of you there are.
I give a guy
Oh.
a dagger.
You then hear a horn blown, and on a skeletal chariot pulled by maybe skeletal horses, you see, well, Shazzy recognized Senmet rises over one of the dunes in the sun, baking down on his wrapped and tangled bandages.
Fudge, if you want to make that phone call, that'd be a good time.
I'm sending Jer a message right now.
Oh, okay. And he using thaumaturgy calls down off that dune towards the people of Muhar, and he says, I wish to talk to my ally.
Bobby leans over, elbows Gelhank in the thigh, and goes, I think he's talking to you.
I don't think so.
I'm quite confident it's you, my dear. This couldn't possibly be me. It has to be you.
He steps off his chariot and comes about halfway down the dune. He's still a good distance though from the people of Muhar, and they just stand there waiting. The wind, sort of the hot winds blowing across, and you get like sort of the faint smell of sort of funerary herbs and spices.
Cool.
17 herbs
Let's
and
go
spices.
get Hank. We got to brass it out. Bobby's gonna kind of walk in front of the crowd, kind of like gunfighter stance. Not unlike what you would have seen in the movie Kelly's Heroes, when Oddball and all the guys are going up to face off against that German tank. That kind of feel. That's how Bobby's kind of walking up to this guy.
Literally the only person that's seen that movie.
None of you guys
Which
have seen
which
Kelly's
movie?
Heroes?
I've
Kelly's
seen
Heroes.
Kelly's Heroes. Yeah, I
Of
know what
course.
you're talking
You know the scene I'm talking about.
Always with the negative waves, Moriarty.
Exactly.
Always with
Work.
the negative waves.
And you know that Bobby's playing more of the oddball character, where he's like trying to be
Yeah.
tough but not tough. you got the feel, the kind of the gunfighter kind of tough.
Yeah, I got it.
So Senmet waits about halfway down the dune.
Bobby's gonna walk halfway towards him.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm 30 feet up. Just closer.
Okay. So, Bobby, you start to bridge the distance.
Yep.
Are
Kinda give
how
him the look in the
how
eye.
far are you willing to travel to talk to him, Bobby?
Oh, we'll be shouting distance. I'm not getting close enough to that guy.
So, what are we talking? You get within 100 feet?
Yeah, about 100 feet.
Okay, the people of Muhar are maybe like 150 yards back. So you're like more than 2/3 of the way to him.
Well, my friend, shall you give us the road? Yes.
I was hoping
Damn it, Cedar.
to speak to Shazzy. Dark elf.
Anything you need to say to the Shazi, you can say to me. Yes.
Do you have the two other pieces?
But of course we have the pieces. We are but honorable men here to accomplish what we have promised that we would do for you. Now give us the road. And
So
allow
where
us
do you
to
take
pass.
the people of Muhar now?
This isn't the same guy. This is a different guy.
None of your business.
That is for us to know and you to find out later. Yes.
Nice.
Now give us the road.
I think
Yes.
not.
Bobby kind of puts his hands in. I think you wish to, yes. Or you shall answer to the Gelhang. And my friend, I tell you now and I tell you the truth. That is a situation you do not wish to be in.
You do not have the numbers for this fight. How many do you think you can get back on those rafts before we reach you at the river's edge?
My friend, you are looking at this fight from the wrong angles. It's not how many you are going to kill of us. That is inconsequential.
I
What
am
you should be
tired
wo-
to speaking to the flea. I would like to speak to the
I am
dog
but-
that you ride upon. Bring Shazzy forward, and we can get this over with.
Woof,
Who's
daddy.
this Shazzy you speak of? I work for the Gelhang, not the Shazzy you said. And that is you need to worry.
He waits.
Bobby's gonna stand his ground. He goes, well, while waiting, are you going to give us the road? Yes.
I wish to speak to Shazzy and to confirm your progress.
Wait a minute. Then he walks back.
Okay.
Clearly, he wants to speak to you, Shazzy. I don't know why, but he's here for you for some reason. You must go out and speaking to him. You must, or he will not give us the road. Gail Hank, you may have to go beat him up. A good pantsing, I think, is what is necessary for this one.
Fudge.
What did you do, Shazzy?
I didn't do shit.
Why is he asking for you?
Because he's the only reason I'm alive. Well, dead and then alive. And then alive again. Don't shake your head at me. I did what I had to.
Do you want me to come with you?
No.
Well, too bad I'm going in anyways.
I just have a bowl of popcorn.
Did you talk to Daddy, Mommy? Like,
I did, and there was no response.
awesome. Well, how about you stay here where there's no zombies, and I'll go take care of this.
Do you wish me to come with you, friend Shazzy? As backup?
No, I've seen you naked. No.
That's all you ought to said. What is
I will go with you
See me
halfway.
naked? What?
I'm already gone. Like, I'm flying away.
Bobby like kind of
Using my
turns to her, kinda
tabaxi
goes like,
speed to keep up underneath.
All right. Do you go all the way to, like, how close do you get to Senmet?
Halfway up the dune. How big's the dune again?
It's about 200 yards to where he is standing, and then the dune maybe rises another 50 to 100 feet behind him.
I'll be like level with him,
Okay.
but 100 yards.
Okay.
I'm not good with yards. So I'm assuming. How many?
If you're gonna be hurt, I would change that to feet. I would say you're about 100 feet from him.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
I'm like 50 feet behind Shazzy.
Okay.
Because I can move really fast if I have to.
You brought Alma this far.
Maybe.
Don't send the dark elf to speak to me, please.
Technically, I didn't do shit. He just does what he wants. I'm not in control of any of this. I just work here.
How many pieces have you acquired?
More than one.
And why do you take the people of Mohar out of your village?
Because that's what's required. You want the car or
Explain.
not?
Why do the people of Mohar have to go into the desert? Where are you headed?
I'm going to tell you that because you're being a
very
dick.
little here in the north.
Well, then use your big old dusty brain to figure it out.
Well, you could be heading back to where it all started, the Manticore's tomb, but I would assume not. I know you've gone to Sex Tears before.
Yes, we went to Sexy Tears.
Pretty hot. Sorry, I'm
So
not
are you returning to the Sphinx? Do the Sphinx have something to do with this?
Not as far as I'm aware.
So the bent pyramid, then.
Look at you using your big old noodle.
Well, why couldn't you have just told me that?
When have you ever known me to be not difficult?
Fair. I should have taken the half-orc as my chosen one.
Probably not. She was like thrice cursed. You wouldn't have.
So why do the people of Muhar have to travel to the bent pyramid?
It's the only way to get a piece of coal.
His sort of dead, dark sockets just stare at you.
Stare right back.
It's an old-fashioned stare down.
Doesn't count because you don't have eyelids to blink.
When is this the final task?
No.
I don't trust you.
Shame. It ain't the final task, so I don't know what to tell you.
And you were somehow able to return yourself to normal, to throw away my gifts.
I wouldn't call them gifts so much as needs must.
Do not stray from the bent pyramid, then.
We kind of have to keep going on the path that we're going.
You and I will speak, and not at such a distance, following whatever it is that needs to be done at the bent pyramid.
I'm not much of a hugger, and, with COVID and everything, please stay 6 feet back from me.
He just turns and starts walking back up the dune. And the dead begin to disappear off the tops of the dunes that are nearby. He mounts his chariot and disappears over the hills as well.
Smudges at your elbow.
I'm in the air. How are you at my elbow?
Oh, I thought you were on the ground, like eye level with him.
No, he was on the dune, and I was like back, but like still
Okay.
level with him.
So we head for the bent pyramid. People are noticeably stressed by the appearance of the dead on the dunes and everything. And as you move towards the bent pyramid, it is not an uncommon sight to see great gatherings of zombie and skeletal-like creatures amassed in the desert as you make your way there. And then you see it on the horizon, and with each footstep, it gets closer and closer until as the sun is almost down, you know, your shadows are very long across the sand. You and your entourage of Muhar citizens reach the bent pyramid.
Should we do like a
Ratka approach.
warm up, or
What's that?
should we do like a warm up?
Yeah.
Da-da-da-dee-da-da-da.
Ratka approaches you guys and says, "So, this is where we sing."
Allegedly.
And Alma reinforces the fact that she saw the people of Muhar on all sides of the pyramid. So,
Is there a door to this pyramid?
did you take a look around?
Yeah.
There is no entrance.
I think that was part of
That's right.
why they got to sing. Opens
I
the
think
Yeah.
I think that we should go over the lyrics first. Make sure nobody screws it up.
Starts like
In-
arms wide open or
Fire
something. Is
God
that?
damn it, yes.
Down.
I just heard. Okay.
So people start to spread out. The intent is to sing the song that you heard them singing when you entered Muhar a few weeks back. Let me get that. So it was sort of a hymn that tells of the Akirian girl who carries a compass, lost to the desert, and then returns as a woman beneath a moon of death, and that the woman is the prize of the God King, and through her the God King will be reborn.
Before we start anything,
Mm-hmm.
gonna
The moon is
cast-
starting to take shape in the sky as well.
I'm gonna cast Aid. 3rd level. Hank Bingo.
Okay. What does that give Gelhank, Bingo, and yourself?
Get 10 hit points. Like your max increase by 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's but apparently not.
Well, I know it gives you the 10. It's temporary hit points, isn't it?
Nope. It increases
Oh no, your
your
max
hit
increases.
point.
Sorry, your max, so you can stack it with temp hit points. Yeah.
Yeah. So just an extra 10 for the.
Okay. So the sun disappears, and the night is upon you. The moon is massive in the sky. It almost seems closer out here. And again, the moon sort of takes on the shape of, or at least the coloration that you can see sort of a skull in its face. With that, reed pipes and goblet drums and harps begin to play, and the people of Muhar begin their hymn. Does anyone join in?
Mudge does.
Bobby's gonna try.
I think I actually have this. I don't know if you've got music playing, but I do have this music that I can.
I do, but I can.
Yeah, I can put through Roll20. So let me put this on here. And it sort of has, I mentioned this last time, it's sort of reminiscent of a heartbeat sort of going through the whole thing. And they begin to sing this hymn out in the sands.
I join in with my harp.
You join in with your harp? Excellent. Anyone else?
Yeah, Smudge joins.
I don't have an instrument, but I'm down.
Are there
Okay.
visible undead?
No. You saw them sort of by the last set of dunes before you sort of reached out across this flat plain that the bent pyramid sits on.
Damn it, Ryan.
What?
The sound's coming through your mic.
That's okay. I'll
So
turn it down.
it's doubling up.
So as the people of Muhar begin to sing and chant, at first there's nothing, and they go through the entire hymn and then begin again. And upon the third repetition of the hymn, to your amazement, you watch as the entire pyramid begins to lift off the sands. It rises till it's about 20 feet in the air. Now, this is a massive structure.
It's floating?
It's floating. The entire pyramid begins to lift as
Like Stargate.
as the hymn
Like the
sort of
original
reaches
Stargate.
its third time through. And you can see under the pyramid, like I said, it's about 20 feet in the air. And you can see you can see something glowing in the center beneath the pyramid. And Alma,
Dang.
almost entranced by the hymn, begins to walk towards it.
I'll go with
Go
her.
with her.
Kick her in the chest and knock her down. I'll go get it.
Do you do that?
I think one of us should go scout it out before we send the last piece of the call in to get it.
Okay.
On it.
I won't ask you for an athletics check. You basically hold her back. She doesn't fight you. Bobby, as you
Go
move
ahead.
beneath the pyramid, scorpions and centipedes that would have burrowed under the sand skitter about. And there's a vibration that you can feel. That heartbeat seems to be thrumming against the pyramid's base and down into the sand through you. And there's a hum like a tuning fork has been held near your ear.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way across the sands, there is finally a very simple stone compartment that sits in the sand beneath you, and there is a final canopic jar laying in it, and it gives off light.
Is there any like symbols or stuff like that around it that might be like wards to keep people from getting into it?
Not that you can see.
Can I do a quick investigation before I try to do a snatch and grab?
Yep. Give me an investigation check. You guys see Bobby get in and sort of kneel beside it, kneel beside the light, and he's looking at it. And then as the hymn continues, the pyramid actually now begins to rotate as it hovers 20 feet off the sands.
13.
You don't see anything that causes you any concern.
I'm just
Bobby.
gonna grab it and run.
Okay.
Now that I've got it, I'm gonna run back to the group.
All right. So
Does
you
Jar
pick
have the head of an ibis too?
it. I didn't think the other two both had heads of ibis, were they? I know the one was. I thought the other one had an ankh on the top of it.
Oh, maybe it did.
Yeah, I think maybe. And this one has a jackal's head atop it. As you bring it out.
Does it seem like these are corresponding to body parts like heart, mind, guts?
No, not. There's nothing specific there, but you do know that like things like lungs, liver, and stomach would be put in these. Those are some of the key organs that would be contained within the canopic jars.
Mm-hmm.
As Bobby makes his way out from under the pyramid makes a full rotation as the hymn is sung. And then it begins to lower towards the sand again. The people of Muhar are awestruck by this. They continue to sing and play, and you have joined in on the chorus. It's all the pyramid. There's nothing magical about what they're doing. It's just the pyramid is reactive, it would seem, to their harmony. And then the pyramid finally comes down and settles, and the hymn just kind of trails off into the night air and comes to an end. As you bring the canopic jar over Bobby, and Alma touches it, she says, I need them all now.
You need them all, my child? Very well. Here you go.
You don't have them, bitch.
I think
have
they're in the
one.
bag
I
of
give it
holding,
to
aren't they?
her.
Yeah, you give her yours.
What do you
And
need them
she looks-
for, Alma? What are you gonna do?
I need to merge them now.
Are you sure? That out here among zombies?
Can you sense where he is, Alma?
I will be less fragile if I have them all now.
Guidance inside check.
Yeah, you want to give an insight check? Go ahead.
Natural 20.
There you go, Smudge. Rolling like Eli.
I will say that you
32.
believe that she believes she will be less fragile if she has all three now.
Do this, there's no going back. Commit to it at this point. You sure this is what you want, Alma?
She looks at Smudge. She goes, "This is what we've set out to do, right?"
It's not what I asked.
She looks at you with very committed eye, a very committed look. There doesn't appear to be anything wavering about her. And she just repeats again, "This is what we set out to do."
Do it, do it, do it.
I'm gonna cast a warding bond.
Okay.
And
that gives her resistance, and you take damage for her.
yeah, so she gains 1 to her AC and +1 to all saving throws. She has resistance to damage, and whenever she takes damage, I take the same. But she's resistant to it, so she takes.
She's resistant. Yeah, she's halving it with you essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jars.
One by one, they're laid out in the sand. And again, almost trance-like, she begins to draw patterns in the sand around her and connecting the jars with circles and lines. And when she's finished, she steps into it, into this pattern that she's drawn out. There is a cracking sound as all three of the canopic jars break apart, and their parts hover and hover, levitating around her and moving of their own accord as they begin to take on a new shape of their own. You see a number of dark, rotted, dried out organs fuse themselves to her. They fly in at her, and as they touch her, they sort of begin to become one with her, And for just a moment, there is a short but significant scream, cry of pain. And then she goes limp, but the same force that's holding the fractured canopic jars up around her holds her body up as well. The one by one, the pieces of the jars reform into a sarcophagi, which she then lays down. It lifts her body and lays it down into it. And it forms a lid that then comes down and closes over top of her. And it continues to float a couple feet above the sands. There's then a very bright white light that runs around the edges of where the lid touches the rest of the sarcophagus, running from her feet up along the edges until it reaches the head. And then the entire sarcophagi becomes luminous and glows in the night. And then slowly but surely that glow diminishes and diminishes and diminishes until you can actually see the sarcophagi again. And then all that remains is the sarcophagi floating a few feet above the sands.
I was going
You
to try
get
to
it?
see if you can get her out.
Okay, so
I'm
Bobby,
gonna try and
give
lift the lid.
me an investigation check as you go over to the.
Yeah. 16.
Bobby, you don't find, like, the lid is there and you can see the lid, but you think it's been fused with the body of the sarcophagi. There's no, like, it's airtight.
I'm gonna start chipping
And
at
the
lid
top of
with
the
my fingers, trying to get her
sarcophagi,
out.
this top of the sarcophagi looks exactly like Alma. Like it's a sculpture of her.
I'm like, Elma, get out! I'm gonna start chipping at the side of the thing, trying to get her
Stop
out.
it!
Elma, get out!
She's not
Okay.
Not
getting
the way
out,
for her to
Bobby.
die.
Needs to be in there.
Not how one dies.
As you hit the side of the sarcophagi, Bobby, you do notice that, like, just a little bit of force, it sort of slides along the air, never touching the sands.
So every time I tap it, it moves away from me.
Yeah.
So we
Alright.
can take her where she needs to go.
Yeah. So now, where do we go with her?
Oh,
We know where he is.
tell us.
Well, you know that he resides in Pharaoh's Rest, which is in the southeast of the desert.
That on the map?
No, it would be down here. It's not actually marked on the map.
Oh,
It's down at the end of this canyon.
Begin to walk.
Well, should we
As
send
you-
the people home?
As you do that, you start to notice that the dead have assembled around the pyramid on dunes and whatnot. And there's a collection of large rocks standing in the desert, and a light illuminates from there.
Judge, I don't know if you could message and let him know that we're headed his way.
Yep.
Just can do something. That'd be great.
I message Ankhtepot.
Okay, what do you message to him?
The pieces are assembled. We're headed your way. If you're going to help us, now is the time. These protect my family. Are you pooping?
Are you pooping?
This much.
Did anybody else think she was about to turn into like a mega zombie that we were gonna have to fight and you got really excited about?
She's
I
not the
got
one I'm
real-
worried about.
You pause for a long moment and there is no answer.
What a pussy.
Not helpful, Shazzy.
Oh, but it makes
Go.
me feel
I need
better.
to go now.
Yeah, we're going.
So from amongst the rocks that, you know, have the large light in amongst them, you can see shadows as things there move about. To the south, to the east, to the west, to the north, there are undead on every dune.
Keep walking.
Which direction are we walking?
Southeast.
Heroes rest.
Okay.
And we're like, we can push this thing with us. Yeah, it
Yep.
moves.
Think of Han Solo and Carbonite.
Good enough.
Like it just floats along if you give it any sort of directional force. The people of Muhar sort of cry out, what are they to do?
Go home. Run home.
The undead will follow us. So wait until they clear and then go. Radka, get them back to the city.
Ratka says, there's a lot of dead out there.
I can't ask you to fight.
Well, we're here now. If we start to make a move for home,
So I said wait until we lead them away. They'll follow
Okay.
us.
Don't worry, Gelhank will equip you all.
Bingo.
Daddy, chill.
So you begin to walk away, and that does not go over well with the people of Muhar as they watch you depart.
Well, what do you want us to do?
The dead don't seem to move as you walk south. Like you're eventually going to hit it's basically there's like a massive ring of them, right? And they don't adjust to chase you. The barrier of the dead bodies just waits for you.
All right. Fine.
Edge.
Do it that way. Back to the people. Gather them up. And back to Calmarine.
Okay.
That path is blocked too, though, right?
Yes, it is. Well, all directions. There's
They
like
made
there's
basically like a big half ring around us against the heat haze,
How
right?
how many undead deep get to a wall of them? Are we talking
Yeah,
like 5 or 6 deep, or are we talking like 40 deep?
well, there are the force that met you at the river is here, so there is close to, you would guess, 2,500 undead, you know, sand zombies and things, and some mummies mixed in for good measure. So I don't know how many number deep that would be in their defense, but it's going to be a hell of a fight, and you would take heavy casualties to the people of Muhar. From the lit stones, you hear Senmet's voice call out to you, Shazzy.
Bitch.
This You have what I asked you to get. You need only deliver it to me.
Obligations, friends, because right now I'm not seeing he's out of this.
I can distract them. I'm really tall.
Did you see the size of that halfling?
I can send for the phoenix.
Yeah.
I can send for the
So
phoenix. And
We're blocked either way, but they're not coming at us.
Yeah.
No, they're just they've hemmed you in, and Senmet is calling to you from a clumping of stone.
Just go to the clump of stones, get it over with.
Yeah, there's not much choice here.
Yeah.
give him the soul.
Let's let Gelhang do the talking.
Yeah, that would go over well.
With her pick.
Yeah.
Got
Whatever,
a
I'll
couple
go over
things
to
out my wheelhouse for the undead, but
I'll go over to the damn stones if nobody else wants to.
with you.
Okay.
Sacrifice yourself, Bingo.
Please don't,
Oh.
because I'm going to be standing right beside you.
I'm too tall to die.
Okay. So, Bingo. And I assume everyone is going with Bingo, or is anyone
I'll
not
go with
going?
Bingo. I'm going with Bingo.
And are we bringing? I assume you take the. I
We're
assume
bringing
you
Yeah,
the
take
but we
the
don't
carbonite
let
with
Bingo
it
us,
with
get
you.
yeah.
too close. Like we keep it back a little bit,
Okay.
but we bring it with us.
Okay.
And I'm ready to like summon the phoenix at any second.
Do we have a
Okay.
pterodactyl?
I do, but I also can summon the phoenix.
I mean, I don't really see how that would be useful, but it's still pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. As you move through the stones, you come to an area with a low-lying crater at the center of the stones. There are rocky sort of pillars of stone jutting up from the sands, and a number of rocky outcroppings. And you stand on one side of this sort of crater, and on the far side you can see Senmet and two other children of Ankhtepot. One has the head of what looks like maybe a hawk, and the other one the head of a rhinoceros. And they flank Senmet. And down in the center of the crater, where it looks like this is maybe what caused the devastation here, are the remains of a massive dragon.
Oh, cool.
This is fine.
So Senmet calls across and says, "You've done splendid. The Ka has been assembled and is ready for its final rites.
Then what?
We can put an end to Anktepot's rule here.
Yeah.
Put him to final rest. It's what we've wanted for so long.
Kind of look back at everybody. I'm like, is that what we want?
I don't know at this point.
You wanted to make him mortal to give him his full, true rest. Past his. Otherwise, you're just jerking off.
I cannot let the Ka reach Anktepot.
Are we hugging or fighting?
I don't know yet.
Okay, let me know.
I would love to see hugging. Could we hug?
Can we just hug this out? Hug it out. Turn on dim.
Hug it out. Come on. Come on.
If you really want to put this to an end, he needs his call.
That leads to how he would like it to end. If you make him mortal, he will retain his supernatural abilities. He will be newly invigorated. And you will be dealing with a greater tyrant than he is now. We have the power, and he motions to the other two children on Ankhtepot that are with him. We have the power to end his rule here, to destroy his soul, so that we may all be released from his control and machinations.
Does it all go back?
Does what all go back?
Calmarine, wherever this place came from?
We can return Calmarine, but this place, now that it's been created, the powers that work here will not let Har'Akir slide away. This is Anktepot's doing, though, remember. He cursed these lands. He gained notice of the dark powers that run these realms. There is no undoing that, but we can end him. Now that his Ka is together in one place, it can be destroyed. Although broken and shattered all these times, he draws power from it. Without it, he will lose what little control still remains. You've felt it. The dead can't even cross the river. This is what we spoke of, Shazzy. You and I, we would bring him down. We would bring him to his knees. We would form the Ka. We would destroy it.
Anybody else?
These options are good options.
What did Kellhag yell? I need to know. I need to know. It had a fist pump and everything.
I said, we must destroy it.
I'm going to get it!
I have my
Destroy!
sword like halfway out, and I'm like, huh?
I don't know. I don't know. Just put it down for now.
Get him!
And what becomes of this place then after he's gone? Do you take over?
Perhaps.
And what sort of a leader will you be?
Far less cruel than him.
How about not cruel at all? Throwing that out there. Being a leader doesn't mean being cruel.
You've been in the desert long enough to know that this is a cruel place.
You don't have to make it crueler by being a dickhole.
Of course not.
Which,
I don't know, Shazzy. I don't know.
Bobby,
I feel like
say we kill them now. Let's go for it.
you say we kill everybody, Bobby. Shut up.
literally,
Eventually, I'm going to be right.
like, to kill the Vistani, we should kill the Muharians. We should, like, everybody should just die.
Yeah. Now you get it. Yes. Yes.
I don't want to release something even worse.
What
Let's
about
kill
what about the old gods? The real
What
ones.
of them? You speak of Ra.
And the others.
Yes.
What of them? What happens?
I have no beef. As he says beef, you could tell that is not a word in his vocabulary. I have no
Qualms.
beef.
I have
Qualms.
no shawarma.
Thank you,
with
because the
them.
DM went mind blank. I have no shawarma with them.
But will you fall into the same trap and think yourself a god like them? Power corrupts absolute. If nothing else, we know that to be a fact. What guarantees can you give that you won't be worse?
The only guarantee we can get is if we kill him now.
Shut up, Bobby, or I will stab you in the nut.
We've been trapped here in Har'Akir a very, very, very long time.
So why don't you
And
want
the
to
God
leave?
King Ankhtepot has committed horrible atrocities on the people here.
And what guarantees can you give that you won't do the same? These people are innocent. They didn't do anything. They got caught up in a horrible trap by gods that are crueler than you.
I just
They
don't
deserve some grace.
get why you want to stay.
Why do you think we can't leave
Why not?
the borders?
Mist.
That all
These
seems
lands are controlled by far greater powers. Anything that can entrap Ankhtepot is far beyond any of us here.
Is there any hope for the girl?
Is that what this is about?
not for me personally. Just saying.
Now bound in her sarcophagi. The girl you know is no longer there. What you hold now is the Ka, the very soul, the very essence of the Dark Lord. We should not dally much longer. He will find us here. And if he senses that his Ka has been fully reconstructed, he will come for it. You need to choose. You give us the Ka, or we take the Ka. But you do not leave here with it. Give us the Ka, and I will bury the dead here, and you and the people of Muhar can return to Kelmarain, and I will right Kelmarain's position, sending it home.
And you send the people of Muhar with us.
Any within Kelmarain's borders would travel with it. The conjunction that we engineered to bring you and the Ka here can be undone.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
I can't get to my stupid page. Totally.
Oh, that's even worse.
What? Sorry, who are we inciting? We're inciting Senmet on his
sending us home. They can keep having their dick wagging competition here. I don't give a shit about that. I just want to go home.
Okay. You feel like he's being truthful.
We take the people of Muhar and we go to Kelmarain. And we go home.
Folks. Go, get Link.
So murder or don't murder?
Murder or be murdered, because we're a little bit outnumbered.
Right, like murder these gentlemen right here now, or
Yeah,
get mine?
I'm all for fighting them right now.
We'll die.
We will die. There are 2,500 zombies.
They're not here. They're not here.
No, but
they're keeping the people of Muhar in check.
That's what I mean. They will kill everybody from Muhar and Kelmarain.
Well, these things happen. But if you cut the head off the snake, then all the... I don't know what the expression is. If we kill this guy...
Which snake are we cutting the head off of?
Probably this dragon that's right here.
Or Senmet. Because neither of these options are good.
Well, I mean, I've got 8 on me right now, so we might as well just fucking do it.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
That 10 hit points. Definitely not going to get like one-shotted by this probably fucking Draco Lich that's right in the middle of the in between.
Well, is either option good? No.
No, but the shit that's happening here in Har'Akir, not our problem.
Not our problem.
So we can take the people of Muhar.
Not our circus.
Can we just walk away right now and be like...
Basically. Hand over Alma.
Live with that.
What's left of Alma. Can I live with that? Absolutely.
I just want to get a little place with Gelhank, maybe get a dog. Like...
Have some shawarma.
Yeah.
I will defer to the group at this point. If you,
Well, what do
I'm
you,
okay
what do you
going
want, Smut?
home. I want to go home with as many of us alive as possible. And if this is the way that we do that, then fine.
You're uncharacteristically silent, Bobby.
Bobby says, kill them all. That's cool.
Here's
He kind of like got his hands on his daggers. I say, we kill him. There's only
to
three
go
of them.
home
We
to
can
your
take them.
family.
Even
There's 3 of them plus 2,500 guys over there.
We can
over
kill
there,
these
over there, and
before
up
they-
there.
And if we kill these 3, they'll all vanish. I'm convinced of it.
I
Yeah,
don't.
and Gelhang's very fast. She can kill all 3 of them before the zombies even show up.
I
Exactly.
don't believe that.
Sorry, just a
Well,
minute. We're having a family meeting. Shut up and turn around and put your fingers in
I
your
love
ears.
I love that you're having like you've huddled up. Okay, here's the deal. Here's how we're gonna work this.
Here are the shitty options we have. Plan A, Plan B.
One is shitty. The other is shitty with corn. Like, there's no.
With corn.
How old does the skeleton look?
Fucking old.
Pretty old. Pretty old.
Does it look like it's moved around recently?
No.
That's a good sign.
No, it's not.
This is literally the land of the undead. That thing could, like, sit up and do not, like, I don't know, blow zombie guts all over us.
What if it took our side?
How?
I
Do
don't
you
know.
have, like, a befriend undead dragon?
I'm pretty charismatic.
I think we just give him Alma, go home, and then go home.
I don't like it, but I think it's probably the safest.
What other option do we have? We're literally surrounded. We're not surrounded, but we will be surrounded shortly if we decide to engage in fuckery.
Well, what if we give them Alma and they fucking kill us anyways?
Yeah.
Well, then it won't fucking matter. Because one way or the other, we will be dead. How about this, gentlemen? Assuming, sorry, I don't know their genders.
The hawk looks disappointed by that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Them, they. Sorry. We will take Alma as far as the river. North of Kelmarine.
Alright.
You let our people get across to Kelmarine. You get Alma. And then you send us home. God damn it.
What assurance do I have that you don't simply push the sarcophagi across the river?
Damn, they're onto you.
I can fly. I will stay with the sarcophagi. Everyone else across, and then come, like, leave myself.
You will walk with me with your wings bound.
Fucking rude and a little offensive, honestly.
And a little bit kinky, yes.
And a little bit kinky, and I don't know how to feel about it because I've had some really, really weird dreams recently. And necrophilia, thankfully, did not enter. You know what? Never mind. I'm just going to stop talking.
Should I try to kill him now? Yes.
No. Fine. I'll walk with you. People of Kelmarine and Muhar. Get across the river. Go. Get Alma, and then send us home. This is our assurance to make sure we live.
He looks to the other 2 children on Ankhtepot, and they come to an agreement. on that. So they Senmet, everyone else walks, but Senmet has Shazzy ride on his chariot with him.
Much does her best to stay within 50 feet of that.
With wings bound.
I definitely brat the whole.
Okay.
Just 100%.
Leather straps to bind your wings.
You know, if you put the leather on the inside, that side, it feels better.
And the
My safe word is asparagus.
Who is pushing the sarcophagi of Alma? Galhank? Okay. So you travel back through the night towards the river. Can I have everyone give me a perception check?
Oh, that should be advantage. 26.
Well, Gelhank doesn't see it.
I'm not gonna bother.
Bobby sees it.
24.
23.
Yeah. So the rest of you, with the exception of our gladiators, now we are going to roll. Okay,
Oh.
everyone except Gelhank. At some point during this journey back across the desert towards the river, notes that there is a pair of vulture-like sphinx following you from the sky above.
Edge chance. We tried.
Are the three children with us? Like
Yes.
What was it? Excuse me. I have got a question. I have one question for the three of you. Yes. There is but one body to take, one soul to take, but there is three of you. Which one of the three gets it?
None of us get it, Dark Elf. We destroy it.
Oh, so you're to destroy it? Yes. All that power.
When you say yes, he's
Yes.
like, yes.
Yes. So the three of you
Yes.
decided that you do not wish this power for yourselves? No.
We have an accord.
You have an accord. Yes. Very good.
Yes.
Good to have accord. Very good to have the accord. Yes.
Why do you keep giving me a positive response like that?
I am merely trying to learn from your
He's
wisdom.
frustrated between Shazzy being a brat and Bobby just being an idiot.
Prox,
three of
Like
you have
a
that's
50
great.
head just dying.
Plural sphinx or sphincters.
And have
I
you
like that.
always kept and through the millennia? Have you
That's on
always
target
kept
for
your
you, by the way.
accords through the millennia?
Shazzy, please tell this one to go away.
I'm just asking questions.
Bobby, can you tell me all about how Alma pissed your family off again?
Oh,
So you ride to the river annoyingly.
100%. These are the consequences of your actions.
But she just dies a little inside.
Let's get back to our river, our map here. So we are roll that over here. So we are just north of Kelmarine now. The rafts lie at the edge of the river. Kelmarine can be seen across, and you have noticed that there's a storm brewing.
Same spot.
Yep. It's, as you started across the top of the Muhar Oasis, the storm started sort of catching up to you, and by the time you've reached the riverside across from Kelmarine, the storm is really starting to get some strength. The sand is blowing everywhere. At which point Senmet stops his chariot and gets down and says, now the caw is mine.
No. Once we're across to Kelmarine, it's yours. That was the agreement.
It will be left with me, though.
Oh, I don't give a fuck what you do with it as soon my people are across.
Okay. So tell me how this sort of goes down. So the Ka of Ankhtepot remains with the 3 children of Ankhtepot.
I'm sitting on
Uh,
it.
Yes, as each of the rafts begin to carry people across.
And I'm being as annoying as possible.
Not a stretch at
No,
all.
not whatsoever.
So everyone gets across, and the last 2 rafts now are here. One to take Shazzy. Is the entire party waiting here too?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh no,
Well, I am.
dog. Smudge, I can fly. As soon as they cut my wings, I'm good.
Let her out
That's
go
fair.
first, and then we'll go.
Why are you like this? Okay, so
You know damn well I am like
they unbind your wings. Is
Deuces.
once the rafts have of course left the shore. So everyone is on a raft headed back across, and there's no one else on the bank other than the undead, the 3 children of Octopod, and Shazzy.
Okay.
At that point, Senmet says to you, last chance to join us.
You're really cute, but you're not my type.
You did do very well, though.
What I do?
At which point he reaches over and unbinds your wings.
Thanks, Daddy. I'm not fly.
You fly. They immediately sort of bind the sarcophagi of Alma to the chariot and begin to ride back into the dunes with it. At which point the storm sort of reaches a crescendo, and you lose sight of them in a massive sandstorm as everyone reaches the southern bank of the river and to Kelmoraine.
Is the storm coming to this side?
No, it's only on the north bank. So what do you do once you're back here?
I've Smudge by the ear. I can fly. Say it with me. I.
You were bound.
That is. You know what? I'm sorry. They're really, really shitty at tying knots. I would have gotten it. I.
We're still bound.
I. Say it. Come on. Shazzy.
I'm aware that you can fly.
But being a shit.
So the people of Muhar are incredibly grateful on the bank. Many of them coming over to, Bingo, Gelhank, even Bobby, and of course Shazzy and Smudge, and thanking you. And
Wait, everybody into the city before we do that.
no, you're in the
Okay.
town. Like you're right there at the docks that would have been along the river. So you're there. The people of Kelmoraine, though, have a very different sort of, with the return of all of you, minus Alma, you can tell that there's some people that are remorseful, saddened by the loss of the woman that, whether it was done well or not, sort of governed Kelmoraine for the last little while. Volus, though, the priest, even though he looks saddened, there's a knowing look in his eye that he knows that sacrifice was what, Alma would have shared that with him, that sacrifice was something she was willing to do. The storm across the way, though, continues to rage. Winds and sand. And you wait through the night nothing changes here in Kelmarain. And the sandstorm continues through the remainder of the night. And eventually dawn arrives. And as the sun comes up, the sandstorm in the north, around sort of the northern end of the Muhar Oasis and the river, does not let up. It's blinding. You can't see anything sort of beyond the banks. And again, nothing changes here in Kelmarain. And I think that's where we'll wrap it up for tonight. And we'll come back next week to see if plans come to fruition or if you guys take a different task. As always, remember our sponsor, CanadianDice.ca. You can go there and use the code OMRD for 15% off your entire order. Go check out the new dice sets and that are there. Let's see if we can find someone to raid so everybody can get some bonus points. I think I'm gonna raid the Datalorian, my buddy. He's playing Call of Duty, but Nate is a good friend. Duty. So let me get that in here. Lots of games coming this week. We're back at it with our Humblewood campaign on Tuesday. As I assume you guys are doing your Mistwalkers tomorrow night.
That's the plan. Now that my glasses don't hurt my face.
That is good. That is good. So, and if nothing else, we will see you in a week's time for maybe the conclusion of this campaign. I think tonight did not go as I expected. We'll talk once we're out of here. Yeah. So there you go. Let's get this raid going. Did I do it right? I did.
Hooray!
I did.
So proud.
Stick
of
around for
you.
bonus points. We'll see you soon.
Bye.